data rates are incorrect. But you can catch us on YouTube, twitch.tv and Periscope. Yes, viewers, thank you for joining us on all the various systems. I can see Craig has just joined us from Periscope. And now it's time for...
It is time for Gloatysock Live.
Oh, it stops a bit suddenly. That's pre-recorded. T-Rox isn't here tonight, so... now I run an ident for the... No, not an ident. The intro thing for the programme. Here we go. That's nice, isn't it? Oh, I forgot to sing the theme tune. And now, here I am. Hello. Now my suspicion is that nobody will watch this, and this will just be a video I do into the ether. Or over the ether, I don't know which way you'd say it. But, felt like doing a video. Oh, hang on, here we go. Who's this? Hello, it's Yeah Boy. Hello, Yeah Boy. Nice to see you. Yeah, I just thought I'd do late night with Gloatysock. A video, no, live thing. Just who's this? Lee Chow has just come in to have a look. He's probably gone straight away. Hello, Lee Chow. Oh yeah, so been working on a project today, which is turning out to be quite difficult. Yeah, Craig's still there. Hello, Craig. So nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Sunderland are continuing to perplex, aren't they? Cosy stomachs adage, however that may be. Hello, Cosy stomachs adage. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoy what you see here for the next 20 minutes or so. I hang around. There's Old Kai. Hello, Old Kai. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. Hope you stick around. Yeah, how's things going for you, Craig? I think I'm going to last about 20 minutes or so, then I'm going to pass out. Because I'm very tired, but I just thought, I'm going to do a late night one, you know. It won't be like that epic 4-hour one. Yeah, the season starts next week, Craig, correct. And I'm not looking forward to it. I think we're going to struggle. I can see another relegation. How can we sell 32 millions of players and only have 750,000 to spend? Cozy Stomach is there as well. Hello, Stomach again. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining us again. Yeah, I just don't get it, how we can spend that much money and sell that much and then not have money to put in. I just think Mr. Shaw is cashing out. He's trying to get out the club as quick as he can, is my opinion. Yeah, but is it club debts, Craig? There's Jax Fitzgerald. Hello, Jax Fitzgerald. Does Gerald Fitzjack though? There's Milan in Style. Hello, Milan in Style. Yeah, I mean, is it going in debts though? Because the way I see it, it looks like Short converted some of his debts into shares, blah blah blah. I think Short's just cashing out. He's just going to sell the club as soon as he can, and he's just trying to minimise his outlay. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's asset strip. Well, yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, he's just cashing everything out, put it into his pocket. He's put a lot of money in the club, but we need that money to survive, and I don't think the club can survive on, you know, like this is I don't know, what do we call the fourth tier of football now? Is that second division? It's so confusing. I don't think we can survive on a second division mentality. I think we're going to struggle to avoid relegation myself. I'm not feeling too good about it. How are you feeling about it? I mean, the two players we bought, they're not players that are going to survive in the Premiership, so I don't think it's like we're looking to I don't think we're looking for a long stay in well, I think the Premiership if we get back, and I'd be amazed if we get back there. Craig thinks he won't go down. To be honest, we'll be mid-table. Well, I hope we end up mid-table, and it's sad that I'm hoping we end up mid-table because I can see us getting relegated. I really can. Particularly with the... I mean, 20 months ago we had 3 goalkeepers that could play probably in pretty much any Premiership side. I mean, Manoni, you know, he might struggle in a few sides, but Pantelemon's a decent keeper, and Pickford was obviously a very good keeper, and Manoni could do a job. Now we've got no keeper. I don't see why we've sold the keeper for 2 million. Who are we going to get in that's better? I just can't see us getting anyone in that's any better, so I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what the other two are like that we've got there. I don't think we're going to get any other keeper. Grayson's one of the safest managers in the Championship. Yeah, but we don't need a Championship manager. We need the Premiership manager, really. We need to be up in the Premiership. And I mean, he's done a lot with no money, but can he do it with less than no money? Grizzly B has joined. Hello, Grizzly B. I hope you stick around and see what's happening. You're in Gloatysock's official channel on YouTube, Periscope, where you're watching, and also on Twitch. Yeah. All the Twitchers will be joining and everything. I'm bringing everyone together on all the platforms. Up Periscope, we said, and all the Periscope people came in. What's that? Enable reply. Oops, I pushed the wrong button. Oh no, what have I done? Don't crash it. Oh no, uh-oh, I've pushed the wrong button. Uh-oh, hang on everybody. I might have just disabled all the chats. Stick with me, I'll bring it back, Please come back. Oh no, what have I done now? There we go, got the chat back. Got it back. I thought I'd broken the whole thing. Yeah, I know people say safe, but you know, he's got no money to do anything, Craig. I mean, what can you do with no money? I mean, 750, you sell £32 million a player, and you let all those other players go, and the amount that's come off the wages. Ooh, you know, it just seems like he's trying to get us to run on absolutely nothing, so we can sell the Sun as an opportunity, you know, fixer-upper. I don't know. I'm not feeling good about the season. Don't know how many games I'm going to see. I mean, I won't get to the ground most likely, but I'll have to see what I can find. Who's this? Pausable Man. Hello, Pausable Man. Thank you for joining us. Hope you stick around. My name is Gloatysock. This is my broadcasting channel. Broadcasting on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Periscope, where you've joined us. Tell us where you are. We'd be interested to know. I'm talking to my friend Craig here, who is a supporter of Sunderland like me, and we're just talking about how we're not quite sure where we're going to finish. He thinks mid-table, I think not mid-table. It's late night tat with me, Gloatysock. Just you, me, and, you know, all the viewers. Or 2 of you at the minute. Yep, half the audience. Potentially. I'd love to hear people's opinions and all kinds of things. Got such a sore eye tonight. I don't know how it happened. Well, that's 3 people viewing now. Hello there. Whoever you are out there, third person, thank you for watching. Gary McLear joined. Hello, Gary McLear. So nice to see you. Unfortunately, yeah, boy, I banned people for reasons, so I can't remember what I banned Johnny for. It's a shame. But I think he said something. I seem to recall I had to ban him, so I can't. You know, I just can't have it. So I might unblock him at some point in the future, but I don't want to just spend all my time trying to moderate comments. It's very difficult for me because I've got no arms, you see. Oh, can't see your comments. Oh, sorry mate, I might have messed it up because I accidentally closed something. Try again and it might come through, sorry. I accidentally switched off the chat thing and I've just switched it. I switched it back on about 2 minutes ago, so it may be that we lost some in between. Thank you for being understanding, yeah boy. So I've been trying to do some new stuff, you see. I've got trying to do some new technological stuff. Oh, we'll stay in the championship till we get our new owners. I think we'll be lucky to stay in the championship. I just think if we don't this season, I think the problem that Short's going to have is if we start the season we look like we're in trouble. I mean, I think it's going to be another great escape season, unfortunately. I think people that are looking to buy will start thinking, well, if they get relegated, why would we buy them now? You know, so they're probably going to wait until the end of the season to see if we get relegated. And then is Short going to say, well, I'm going to take another drop? It's a real dicey old game. Yeah, I just think you got to make sure there's enough money to run the club, and the amount of money he's taken out. I'm not going to begrudge the guy for putting huge amounts of money into the club. It's his money at the end of the day, but he committed it to the club, and as soon as you start taking it out, you're crippling the club. You know, that's the reality of football. That's the reality of the game these days. So I just think what we should be doing is looking to buy young players, and then we should be looking to retain them. You know, some and that might well develop to do well in the Premiership. What we're doing is just letting everyone go, and even our youth players, they're saying, well, we don't want to stick around here. And unfortunately, we've sold every single half-decent player in the last we've had for the last 6 or 7 years. Yes, Craig says, I think what he's meant to write there is, if we get relegated, we are totally in the fudge. And he's right, I think we are. I think we're in trouble then, financially speaking. But I still think that Short would pedal on the club, to be honest. I think he would pedal on the club, but he'd take the hit on the money, and hopefully somebody who's got money would buy us. Because the thing is, the one thing we've got, which we have done better than anybody else in the league, or anybody else in English football really, is build our stadium. We've got the best stadium for the money anybody's had, and we've actually got one of the best stadiums in the country, and possibly in world football, I would say. And we're not, unlike Arsenal, we're not carrying the legacy of debt on that, because it's all paid up and we own it. I think we still own it. Now, what would be a disaster is if we had the stadium appraised. This is what worries me, because that stadium is well, it was built for 25 million or 30 million. I think it was 25 million. Now, somebody might get it appraised and it might be valued at 125 million. So what we don't want is someone to come in and go, oh, we've bought the club for this much, we can get a mortgage at 125 million on it, effectively pay for the purchase of the club out of mortgaging the stadium, which is more or less what the Glazers did at Man United. And then next thing you know, we don't own our stadium, and then we'd be snookered. That would be terrible. Then we'd be saddled with the debt and paying for the stadium. In theory, we should be a club which can run on very little money for, but we just, something funny going on around there. We should be the most appealing club in the entire league, to be honest, apart from our location, which doesn't appeal to anyone. So I would always be going for the players from from cold countries, to be honest. Icelandic players, Swedish players, Norwegian players, American players from cold parts of America, Canadians, what else is Russians, that's where we should be going for, people that don't mind the cold weather. But then they might still think, oh, we might like to play at Barcelona or something like that. It's a very complicated situation, really. Jono lad says hello. Hello, Jono. How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're well. Nice to see you. Don't record seeing you before, so hello. Craig says 30th December Forest away. Yeah, I've been looking at that. I don't think I'm going to be around, I'm afraid, Craig. I don't think I'm going to catch it. I know we've got a long-standing thing where we said we were going to hook up. Well, not hook up. No, that's the wrong thing. We were going to say hello, but I don't think I'm going to be around on the 30th of December. We'll see what happens. I'll let you know. Are you looking to get to that game? Because, yeah, Forest geared up quite well this season, I think. I don't know whether I'm going to... Maybe I'll try and slip into the home end. Yeah, I slipped up there saying hook up. That was the wrong phrase. Oh, Jono says he's in Spain and he feels like he's in an oven. I hope you're not in an oven, my friend. Because that's not the place to be. Mainly in Spain, you have to travel on the plane or something, don't you? And you all know what goes on with the water in Mallorca. Craig, we'll see what happens. We'll see if I'm around, because it's possible I might be away. So if I'm around, we might be able to do something, get some photos, all the rest of it, and let's see what happens. But I've got a feeling 30th December I could be well out of the vicinity, unfortunately. Ah, Jono's asking, so what do I do on this channel? Well, Jono, I'm so happy that you asked. This is my official YouTube channel, where I'm also currently broadcasting on Periscope. And where else? Periscope and oh yes, Twitch, which is where Mr. Bouncy Hair has just appeared. He says, hello mate, hello Mr. Bouncy Hair, so nice to see you, thank you for joining us. I don't think I've seen you before, Mr. Bouncy Hair, so thank you for joining us. Please, I do apologise if we have had a previous acquaintance, but it's so nice to see you. Yeah, and Jono, to answer your question, we discuss stuff with topical discussion. Tonight it's, I thought we'd just do late night with Gloatysock. Not sure how long I'm going to be around because I was really tired when I started, but we're just talking about football and stuff at the minute and can talk about other stuff, whatever. Sounds like you might be on holiday, Jono. Let us know. We do have a Spanishman who comes to watch every now and then. His name is Santiago Santamaria. Oh, I think I've got that right. And he is a plasterer, international plasterer. They use a certain type of plaster in Spain, which is different to the plaster we use in the UK. He's a Sunderland supporter as well. Craig is telling me that he hears that we're in talks, let's read that, with Ross McCormack. Now, I think I hear Ross McCormack and I think QPR, but I don't know, I could be wrong. I used to know who was at every club. I used to know everyone and their history, where they were. Ross McCormack. Jono tells us he's in Portaventura, which is basically the Spanish Alton Towers. I didn't know that. I thought it was just like a place, I didn't realise it was like Alton Towers. So are you on your holidays, Jono? I would guess with a name like Jono, I mean, I don't know. Do they call people Jono in Portaventura? Portaventura? Did I get that right? I think I got that wrong. Jono, please don't forget to tell all your friends about me though, because this channel's building, and if you get on now, you're on the ground floor. Oh, excuse me, got something caught in my throat. You're on the ground floor, and then you could carry on up the floors to the glass ceiling, yeah? And then we push through the glass ceiling, and before you know it, it's, you know, above the glass ceiling. Craig is telling us Russ McCormack is an Aston Villa player. I mean, is he any good? I mean, where does he play? I don't know. Do we want Aston Villa players? I mean, they're not in very good shape. Craig says he's going to Spain on September the 23rd. That's fantastic, Craig. I hope you have a good time. I have only been, I think I've been to Spain twice, and I've only just crossed the border actually. I've been to San Sebastian. Did I go to San Sebastian again or someone else? I can't remember. So, Mr. Bouncy here says, do you have a good job? And Mr. Bouncy says, hello. Ooh, Cracker Rose was that? Can't read it. And then Cracker Rose, Mr. Bouncy here, Dad, what are you doing here? It's time for dinner. Please come downstairs. Oh, seems I've got embroiled in some kind of domestic conversation. Jono says his name is Jonathan, but people calls him Jono. Well, Jono, that's fantastic. And here's Hockey Freak 14. Hello, Hockey Freak 14. I'm certainly sure I've not spoken to you before. Thank you for joining us. So kind of you to say hello and joining us from Twitch. We've got 3 Twitchers watching at the minute. I hope you enjoy this, and please don't feel shy to follow me. I do something a bit different. And tonight it's just a bit of just relaxing conversation about stuff. For example, Craig's just telling us about his trip to Amsterdam for a day trip. That's quite a day trip. I went to Amsterdam a couple of years. I was there during the World Cup. I've always remembered I was there during the World Cup. It was bonkers when Holland got that crazy result. What one was it? Oh, it was bonkers. Everyone was going bonkers everywhere. There's all in a big field. They were bonkers. Hey, Cracker Rules. Name is Jonathan. Oh, well, 2 Jonathans here. Jono asks, do we get a lot of viewers usually, or is it small at the moment? Ups and downs. I mean, I think the most we ever had was about 40, 50, one crazy day. Generally we get about 10, but it's building up because I've been building a new studio. Can you look at this? I've always had this settee and this cushion, although I've only recently brought the cushion into play. I thought, get a cushion in, because it looks more like a studio then, you'll see. Before I just had the settee, and sometimes the settee wasn't even shut. In fact, I usually had a bit of my speaker, but I moved things around a bit. I had a flood in here, and then we had to redecorate everything, and it's still not right. So to answer the question, we don't get a huge number, but we have an intimate crowd of people, many of whom I've blocked recently because I kept writing sordid things. Yeah, so anyway, yeah. But Jono, you can be on the ground floor, yeah, and then join us as we escalate up to the top floor and go through the plastic sheeting, Amsterdam's quite a trip to do on a day. Did you go on the old Eurostar, or did you get, how do you do that on a day trip? There's quite a lot to do there, but, there's some funny people around there. Yeah, I mean, I was very careful about where I went, because I heard tales of there being, like depravity and stuff. I'm not really a depravity person, but I just looked down the road and I saw people hanging around out of windows, and I thought, ooh, no, don't fancy that. So I went back down the road. I got some tulip bulbs and stuff. Mini cruise. Ooh, a mini cruise. I did a thing. I went on a boat around the canals there, up and down. I'll tell you what I noticed about Amsterdam, because I went on the Eurostar and I got off. Not much, just like I don't think I had a suitcase, just think I had like a backpack or something, can't remember. And I came out and I was with my counterpart, I think it was T-Box actually, and I said, look at that. And he said, well, you know the way he talks, so, anyway, he said in his voice, he said, Look at them over there. I said, no. I said, look at them over there. And he said, whoa, what do you mean? You know the way he talks. And I said, them police women are a bit attractive, aren't they? And he said, oh yeah, I suppose they are. And I said, well, do you think they're making one of them sordid films? Because they can't be real police. It turned out they were real police women, but they were, they had, not that, beautiful people can't be police people, but they had beautiful long blonde hair. It was gorgeous, and they were so beautiful. I thought, there got to be, where's the film crew? But there wasn't. They were just normal policewomen. And then we realised that everywhere we went, the people were very attractive. Very attractive. Lovely, beautiful people. I mean, I don't know how, but I guess it's like the racial diversity and like the natural beautifulness of, you know, like genetically Dutch people. But and then they've got all these other people mixed in genetics, and it's just made really beautiful people. There was this really beautiful. We went to this place. Where was it? It was well, it was in Amsterdam. And in we went, and there was a lovely, beautiful young lady. She was so beautiful. Yeah. Even T-Box noticed she's beautiful. He said, she's beautiful, isn't she? I said, oh, she's beautiful. And I bet she's got a nice personality as well. And we went to another place, actually, for breakfast. I've just remembered. And in we went, and I had some breakfast, and I suddenly... oh, my eye's coming off. Hang on a sec. I'm just going to stick it on. Thank you, off-camera assistant. I do have an off-camera assistant who helps me out when my eyes start to detach and stuff like that. Yeah, so I had something quite light, but you know, I hadn't had to sit down yet that morning, and I suddenly felt a rumble in my stomach, and I thought, oh, I could do with having a bit of a sit down sort of thing. You know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at? I needed to make use of the ablutions. And it was becoming rather urgent, so I thought, do you have a toilet in here? I was looking around for the toilet, couldn't see anything. So I went up to the garçon. Oh no, I don't know what they call him in Holland. Oh, Gracie says a lot of beautiful. Oh, I had to take extra pairs of eyes. That's how beautiful they were. Didn't have enough eyes to see what was going on. They were beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. So yeah, I went up to the bloke and I said, excuse me, do you mind me speaking in English, because I don't speak very good Dutch? He said, you know the way they talk, he went, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. How can I help you? You know the way the Dutch speak, very friendly and relaxed all the time. And I said, well, I couldn't relax, because I was in a position where if I relaxed, there would have been an accident. So I said to him, garçon, my friend, could you direct me, if possible, towards a toilet of some kind? Do you have one? And he said, yes, we do have a toilet. Yeah, we do have the toilet. And he pointed me towards it, and you won't believe it. This toilet... like, I hadn't noticed this until this point, but there was like a little staircase. So you got like the counter, the worktop, you know, like the counter, and behind that there's like the kitchen. But next to it, there was this really steep staircase going, and it went above the kitchen. And like in the corner of this, so it was just like in the room. This wasn't a two-floored building. This was a building like a fairly high ceiling. But then there was like this rickety little staircase, and at the top of it was it was almost like a shed, like a shed, and this hovering above the floor with a few twigs and stuff holding it up. So I went up this staircase, but it was still in the same room. Do you see what I'm saying? It was still in the same room. So I went up it, and there was the toilet. So you're sort of hovering in this shed above the kitchen. You know, so there I was, trying to use it. I did alright, I suppose. Came down, nearly fell down the stairs, but I was alright. And I was like, that wouldn't pass regs in the UK. I couldn't believe it. It was, I've never seen anything like it. But it was a toilet, and did its job. Paper was of decent playage, I believe, if I recall correctly. But then, like everywhere you go, it's just like many places. It's much like when you're back at home. Marks and Spencers were there, selling Marks and Spencers water, so I could get some good British water, but didn't really need it. Oh, the other thing, there's loads of, you know, people selling all kinds of substances that I wasn't interested in as well. Like, what did they have? Yeah, there's these lollipops with stuff in. Now you could get really confused. I mean, whole bars of lollipops with stuff in. You know, like, you know what I mean? That nefarious stuff, bad stuff. You shouldn't be, you know, stuff you couldn't go driving if you were taking. Yeah. So anyway, that was yeah, and that everywhere you go, there's people. You know, but there's no people in the street. It's just that there's like marketplaces and stuff. But you know, oh, and then there were quite a few English people out there as well. Not too many, but quite a few. Oh yeah, I tell you the other thing I didn't like about it. You go down the road, bicycles. You're a second class, well, third or fourth class citizen if you're a pedestrian. Bicycles rule the world over there. All you've got is bicycles. Bicycles riding everywhere, real quick. And then the canal, you know, you get knocked into the canal. Who knows how many people become intoxicated and fall in that canal? Don't know the stats. Not me though, because I don't drink or anything. So, but have to be pretty on the ball when you're like me in my business. Now my thing is telling me I've got 0 viewers, and I don't know if that's true or not. If everybody's got fed up and just gone with my stories about Amsterdam. Amsterdam? I thought they were quite interesting. No, here we go. You've got more chance of getting run over by a bike than a car in Amsterdam, says Craig. Yeah, I'm with you there. I can see how that could be the case. Because they really do whiz around. And they don't worry about, whoop. You go, whoop, what's that? Horse just clipped me backside. Oh, it's a bicycle. Yeah. The architecture's quite interesting as well, but you know, and you still see remnants of that past things, you know, that loads of beams and stuff coming off the ceiling that they would load stuff onto canal boats on and off, I suppose, and I guess how they built the buildings as well. It's interesting, you know. I wouldn't want to hang around there very long, but yeah, we were there during the World Cup and we saw some interesting stuff. You know, people were very excited. Lots of beautiful people. In fact, I was in the hotel and I was watching on TV England playing whoever it was we played in the first match, and I thought we scored, and I went yeah, and we didn't score. So I was the only English person there, and everyone was sort of looking at me. And then this bloke came up to me, and he said, "Oh, did you score? Did you score?" It was Dutch, and I went, "No, I don't think we did." And I looked, and this Dutch bloke, I kid you not, he was the absolute spitting image of Steve McLaren. Yeah, for those who do not know, he's the former England manager, and he did actually go to manage in Holland afterwards, and he picked up a very strange Dutch accent, and for a second I thought, this cannot possibly be Steve McLaren talking to me, but it wasn't, but he looked just like him. Oh, what's this? Hang on, Craig's telling us a sordid story. Let's see. Oh, the Red District, he says. Well, we know about that. He went, well, Craig, I don't know anything about that kind of stuff, but I stayed well clear of that. Hung off to one side. I went, no, not for me. No, none of that filth and depravity. I was reading, apparently, there was a couple of 70-year-old women who were twins who'd been working down in that Red District, and yeah, they were 70 and then they've retired. No, they've retired, and but they reckon they had around something like 365,000 clients between them. I mean, you have to have some tread on your tyres to go through that, don't you? That's yeah. Whew. But less said the better, probably. It's getting a bit steamy for this, for my show. Yeah, filth. Can you imagine that? 365,000. It's a miracle to get to 70. Who knows what diseases they have? It's terrible. Not a line of business I could work in. Craig says, oh dear, he's going into the details. Some beautiful girls, but very expensive. Well, he didn't go in yet. Probably the best for you, Craig, I would say. For me personally, I think that kind of thing is best in a loving relationship, loving, committing relationship, and always with all the required protections, condominiums and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Always take a conundrum. That's right. As Frank Sidebottom once said. Yeah, he didn't go in, Craig. For the best, I would say. Although I don't know whether being expensive is a mark of quality, but I guess they're all trying to get the numbers on, aren't they? They're all playing the numbers game. I mean, expensive could mean just as diseased as the other ones. Anyway, this is a very dark alleyway we're taking this down. Like where many of these people ply their trade. I think the sad thing is, I don't have a problem. Well, I do have a problem because I think you should probably try and avoid that kind of work, you know. But I mean, at the end of the day, if somebody wants to do that work, then it's difficult to stop them. But you'd want to think they made the most informed decision possible. And personally, I would say the problem is most people that work in that line of work are drug addicts now. You know, they're addicted to drugs. And that means they don't really have a choice, so I don't think that's good. And yeah, basically, I would and you can get you can get so many terrible, horrible diseases. Thing is, there's a lot of diseases you can get that don't really show any symptoms, are very marginal symptoms, and they're the ones that can be the ones that cause cancer and stuff. Oh, know all about this stuff, me. Done lots of research. Not practical research, but you know, read about it and stuff. That's just the kind of person I am. You know, I like to read about medical stuff. A long time I thought it was very strange. Throat cancer, they've now connected to certain... Oh. What's this? Craig says, smell of weed. Oh yes, you mean the drug weed, yeah. Oof. In Amsterdam all over us. I didn't notice that actually, to be honest. Didn't really get that myself. I just went to all the best high class places, you know. I didn't go down to the seedy underbelly really. Though people tell me the seedy underbelly's everywhere. But I didn't do that. I didn't buy any clogs either, I should have bought some. I think I'm developing a new hole in my chin here. Have I got a spot or something? Yeah, it's an interesting place. It's a colourful place. I mean, I think it's worth going. I tell you what, they did have very good tram system, very complex. Also quite difficult to avoid getting run over by that, but you just have to be careful. But yeah, they had a tram system. Where I first saw some of the new classes of trams that they brought into Nottingham, actually. Do you know what? I wonder if I can get a train set type thing, you know, not obviously not a train set, but like a tram one. I'll have to go down to GD Models, which is currently up for sale, everybody, just to let you know. If you're interested in models, GD Models is the best model shop in Nottingham and the surrounding areas. One of the last true model shops, and it is up for sale. The owner has owned it for like about 70 years or something, and it's been managed by the same bloke for about 51 years, and they're both retiring, and it's up for sale. So I might do a separate video on that actually. If you want to buy a model shop, go and buy that. Yeah, if you're in the Nottingham region, you're looking to invest. I don't know about you, Craig. I don't know if you're looking to invest. I think you might be the only person watching now, Craig. But I might do a separate video about that. I need to buy some model stuff. If they're going to close, I need to buy some model stuff from them, because I haven't bought enough. Craig asks if I watch Game of Thrones. Craig, I do not watch Game of Thrones. No, I do not. I don't like those programs that are too serious and fantasy serious stuff, you know. It's like X-Files. X-Files used to be like, when it started, it was like, oh, Monster of the Week type thing. What's going on? Don't know. Then they get an explanation or not. And then it just started becoming a bit strange and convoluted plots. The main person disappears from it, and then I just don't watch it. So no, I don't watch Game of Thrones. The only things I watch, Rick and Morty, which I think is quite good. I've been watching Trailer Park Boys recently. I watched Life in Pieces on Amazon. It's better do video early, get more people. Yeah, Craig, I just thought I'm gonna do a late one tonight. I just fancy doing a late one, just to see how it went. It's more relaxed. Yeah, Rick and Morty's good. Apparently, I don't know if you know, the first one of the third series came out on April Fool's Day, and you can get it online in places. And I think the new series starts proper, second episode out on the 31st of July. So Monday next week, yeah, next Monday. I think it's either the 30th or 31st, I think. So that's something to look forward to. Yeah, you've seen it, yeah. Yeah, I thought the first one was quite good. What I didn't realise about Rick and Morty is that they set up a lot of jokes in earlier episodes. So, you know, there's a lot of tiny little things. Like, one of the things, have you seen, you know the one, what's his name? Mr. Poopy Butthole. That's his actual name, I'm not being rude. Anybody that's watching this on the playback. What do I mean, you know, like on YouTube, whatever. I'm not being rude, there's a character called Mr. Poopy Butthole. You know that one? Well, you know, like the parasites, he comes in and he goes, and he's sweeping these big green crystals into the bin. And he's saying, oh, I think there's some type of parasite thing in here, blah blah blah. Someone probably brought it in on their show. And the thing is, them crystals that he's sweeping into the bin, about 2 episodes before, he picks them up, and he's picking them up when they're on an alien planet, and he says, oh, these green crystals, these are going to be really useful for, you know how he talks. I'm trying to do a burp, it's not very good. How do you do Marty, oh, these crystals, they're going to be good for my science. Marty, you know how he talks. So he's picking them up, and he's chucking them in the back of the thing, and it's got these little purple things on them. Apparently they're the parasites, and you can see them in that episode with Poopy Butthole Man. When he chucks them in the bin, they've still got the parasites attached, and then they must come off. So he's asking if I've got a job. Craig, I did have a job for a few months. At the minute, I'm actually working. My off-camera assistant's got me assisting him with a project of his, so I've got to repay the favour, I suppose. So no, I'm out of work at the minute, but I'm just helping off-camera assistant with his project, legacy project. Yeah, not sure what I'm going to do in terms of work. Surviving though, keep still standing. I was working on a contract. Ooh, it's about 6-7 months. When did it start? It started about this time last year. Yeah, I think it was 9 months actually. It started about this time last year, and it finished just at the beginning of April. So I've had a few months of resting, kind of working on projects, this and that, you know. I'm busy, that's for sure. Could do with a bit more work, wouldn't say no, particularly if it coughs up the readies. Did have an offer from an interesting person to work, but it fizzled out. Very interesting. In fact, it could have been, well, I'll tell you, it was at a TV company, but they just wanted me helping out on a few things, and it didn't, for some reason it just completely stopped. I was talking to someone quite high up, and then it just stopped. And yeah, I might have ended up on the screen though, mightn't I? I know where the office was as well, and had a long conversation, very long conversation with someone there, and they wanted me to join a team, and it just didn't come off. Call centre, oh yeah, I could call centre, I suppose, but no arms, you know. I was doing call centre work. That was what that contract was. Yeah. For a fruit-based firm, if you know what I mean. You know. Popular fruit-based technology company. Horrible, worst job I've ever had, to be honest. Worst money I've ever worked for. No security, terrible company. I will tell the story one day. Awful company. Anyway, I'm just looking at the time. Right, it's 11 minutes past 1. So I think 45 minutes is a good solid thing. So what I'm gonna do, Craig, I think it's just you and me here. I'm gonna say to you, good evening, Craig, and anybody else that's watching, good evening to you as well. Thank you very much for watching. This is just a short program. Hopefully I won't blow my voice out again, which I've been doing quite a lot recently. Thank you very much for your interest in my career, Craig. It's very much appreciated. I hope things are going well for you. I'm sure I'll speak to you very soon. Everybody else, thank you for watching. And tonight, see you later, Craig. Thank you. And tonight, this is me. So, until next time, I will say to you, au bientôt. And don't forget, if you get a chance, have a look into the things that are happening in the world and look for peace in the world, yeah? No more nuclear weapons, no more nuclear power. Let's free the world of this tyranny that we're under. Yeah, getting all political, but not political. It's about humankind and mankind. Till next time, au bientôt. That's the program finished. And please, 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 Craig and everybody else, don't forget to switch off your viewing device because your batteries will run out. Beep.